The last topic for the day.
Henry sings Africa by Toto for 30 minutes.
Damn it.
So, I went to Cleveland and...
Oh, did you?
I thought about something for the first time I had never really thought about. And that's...
Titties are nice.
Those were bug guys.
This is what I deal with every week, Daniel.
Think about titties.
That was such a good response, though.
The TSA and sort of like my thoughts towards the TSA, because I'd never really thought about it because, I'm a privileged white guy who never gets pulled over or anything. But
the Titty Safety Association.
You're good to go, my boy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're white? All right, you can pass through.
They have like a chart of like skin darkness. Just put it next to you. Okay.
So,
do you have a beard?
I was thinking about this because I personally didn't have like a terrible TSA experience coming back home, but something that I witnessed, this was in Cleveland, and the people who were sort of like running our line to go through the fucking, the machine and whatnot were just being just super dicks. Just like, it was almost like we were in a prison. Like we were in line and they're like...
Have you gone through TSA before?
Have you gone to prison before?
I usually fly at like 6 in the morning or something where there's like 10 people and like everybody who's working TSA is fucking like tired and shit, so they don't really give a fuck. But this was at like 2 in the afternoon, so like everybody's awake, they've had their fucking coffee and stuff, and they're like belts off, shoes off, like they're being
dicks out.
See,
they're being major dicks, and to the point where like there's this little girl started like fucking crying of like how
take off your fucking shoes,
yeah, bitch. But that was and she started taking off her shoes. He's like, kids under 12 years old don't need to take off their shoes and
put them back on.
Yeah, and she got like
take them off, put them on.
We found a gun in your carriage.
And she was like so taken aback, and she like started crying. I was like, dude,
no crying in baseball.
She's got a gun.
I was just thinking about,
damn,
like, why the fuck do we need all of this? Like, why the fuck do we need it? So, like, I understand, like, fucking 9/11 was like the worst thing to happen to our fucking country.
Yeah.
Not because of the event itself. The event itself was
Motley
terrible.
Crue
a lot of
thing that was pretty. That was
like
pretty
terrible.
A tragedy through.
Yeah, Motley Crue
a lot of
did
people.
9/11.
A lot of people died during 9/11, and it's very tragic. And our thoughts.
But geez, why'd you have to die?
But I think the worst thing to come out of 9/11 is like how we fucking reacted to it, and the sort of just like,
you mean the Iraq War?
The Iraq War, but sort of like our government it was almost like an excuse for our government to sort of just like fucking turn on us and be like, hey, you have no privacy now. Like you know that
free
privacy
speech zones were a
you know
thing.
that privacy that you're like fucking allowed to have as a fucking American citizen. Bend over, let me put my finger in your asshole. Like that, go fuck yourself, basically. And it's so fucking weird.
See, every time I go to the TSA, I hope they do that, and they never do.
See, I like every time I go through TSA, it's always the worst thing ever. So like hearing you guys complain about it sounds like someone going like, so I tried standing the other day and it was just awful.
Well, that's what I'm saying at the beginning. That's why I said it. It's like I know this is the first time because I'm privileged, I'm white, and
they let Daniel through just because. Oh, he has a white guy smile.
I'm white enough.
Every time I
you
go
don't have
through,
a beard, so it's like okay, he's fine.
You don't look like you're
go
gonna
through
shout.
TSA, it's like I'm the one who gets pulled aside and searched.
Like a random check,
yeah,
right?
I'm always the random check guy.
You want to know
time.
something funny? I'm the random check guy every time I go on.
And it's like,
and I'm a white guy.
Most of the time that I've gone through TSA, it's like I didn't have a beard at the time or anything. It was like in high school or something.
When you had your emo cut.
Yeah, so it was even weirder.
I saw a picture.
You would think it would happen now. But
I recently saw a picture that I'll pop up right here of your emo hair and Henry.
And it's gone.
And Henry with like no beard, and it's the weirdest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
This
is why I don't.
Anyway, continue with.
But yeah, it's like every single time I'm the random check guy. I'm always getting fucking yelled at. Every movement I make is like a dangerous fucking movement. All of a sudden, like if I'm just fucking taking off my keys, I'll get fucking yelled at. Like I'm doing what you want me to do.
He's gonna stab me with the keys.
Like God, I feel like how black people react with like getting pulled over now after all this shit. It's just like, well, I'm just fucking grabbing my fucking.
I'd say since
Relax.
Rodney King, my dude.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
Rodney King!
Okay.
But no, fuck TSA.
They're probably watching this right now, dude.
It's fucking
The TSA?
The NSA, TSA, whatever. We're
Same thing.
The,
They both
TS,
have
the
spied
TSAs are
on.
biggest fans. They all gather into one room to watch us.
Um,
And they're like, oh, man.
Oh, kind of as a side note, I met a kid who also does a podcast. I don't remember the podcast name, unfortunately, but he subscribed to us like immediately when I told him about it.
Check
I met
them
him
right
at
here, and it
Walmart.
says youtube.com
He's a cool
/.
He's like traveling around the world reviewing shit. He's
Mm,
cool kid.
I'm here to review
like,
the
dressed
Eiffel
like
Tower.
Daniel, too. Like, just reminded me so much.
we
of
hit
Daniel.
80 subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember it,
We
I'll,
are violent people.
Give him a little shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do not remember.
So I
Georgie Poo.
Obviously, there's a problem of sort of
Bowtie Guy MD. That was his fucking name.
Bowtie Guy MD.
Yeah.
I think I've recently read
Rob's
that.
up right here.
Cool guy.
So obviously, there's sort of like this fucking there are people who live in our country who are on terrorist watch lists and stuff, and we talked about that a little bit
Like
in the
me?
gun control topic, but.
Turns out we are on it for being too fly.
And so, like, I don't understand, like, okay, obviously we need to be safe and whatnot, but what is with this fucking excessive bullshit?
Someone walked.
I mean,
9/11 was 15 years ago.
I don't think that the excessiveness about it is bad per se. I think we do need it. It's just the way they're going about it. That's
Well, no,
This is
it's.
just a
I
mon-
don't think we do need it because it's literally, them taking away your rights for a good 20 minutes when you wait in that
I
line,
want to
right?
bring this up just because this is reminding me of it with like it's 15 years ago. Did you hear about what happened with Pokemon Go in the Holocaust Museum?
Yeah.
They are like, we have to take us off Pokemon Go because someone caught a coughing in there.
Yeah, like fucking, the Pokemon that shoots gas out of its fucking...
Deadly gas. Would have been better if it was like you
I
went.
mean, that's pretty funny.
that's kind of funny.
Wait, you go to the Holocaust Museum and you
Alright.
you go to the Holocaust Museum and there's like 6 million Ghastlies to catch.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm surrounded by terrible people.
a little funny.
Daniel is the most racist out of all of us. Just like,
Yeah,
Hold on, that
man.
wasn't racist.
Um,
Anti-Semitic.
let
maybe.
me tell you about the time we went to go see Argo.
Oh my! Let's not talk
No,
about that.
no.
Whoa! No.
So anyway, the
Yeah.
it's just like there's got to be a better answer than the fucking shit that.
What exactly are you referring to when you
Yeah.
mention that they're taking away our rights?
It's
We
like
have to fight for our right to party, my dude.
it's this whole like
Trying to word it.
yeah, I'm trying to word it
It's kind of
properly.
like a police state, a little bit,
I mean, I think it should be though. I mean,
there's certain, I mean, I'm okay.
I
with
don't
it.
like the fact that this is my main problem. This was the thing that I was thinking about when I was in line. I was like, okay, I understand. Let's put my bag through like a fucking metal detector, right? If there's like something like that pops it off or whatever, they can check through it just in case. But the fact that like we put it through this machine and like they can literally just see like all the shit you got in your fucking bag or whatever, right?
Sir, why is your bag entirely filled with Magnum condoms?
It's just like you don't need to fucking know like what I have going on. Like you don't need to know the specifics. Do you need to know that I don't have like if I have a gun or not or like fucking explosives or illegal drugs? Yes, that's entirely fucking fine. That's the law. That's like the last place for those things to be. But like the fucking like specific things that you see, like they look through the outlines and fucking like everything that like you have in your fucking bag is just like there for them to just look at, and it's just
what are you bringing with you?
nothing. But I'm just
Sir, why do you have it in
That's not the
Usually when I go
fucking
play-
point. That's
Why
not
do you
the
have an
fucking
inflatable
point.
version of a body? That's my business.
That's not the.
Well, they have to, right? I mean, they have to, just in case.
I feel like
They have to. They
I
have
feel
to
like
be able
to
to see
really-
it, to see
to
if there's
really-
a gun or explosive or something.
I feel like
Again, a
we
fucking
should
metal
do-
detector.
Think about this.
I know, but it
There's
doesn't.
there's got to be a better way for them to just like invade your privacy and
can-
check all of the shit. It doesn't matter what's in my fucking bag. It's my fucking bag.
If I can make a point.
I feel like if you're complaining with this, like you can complain with like getting your bag checked at a Giants game or something. Like I feel like this is just things that have to happen for safety.
Also, I'd like to
Right.
make
I'm
a
fine
point
with
that
it.
I'd like to make a point that now, since 3D printing is so big, there's this guy who's actually selling guns, like a gun that you can print out that's impossible to detect on a metal detector.
Like I feel like it's so easy to sneak shit into places. I feel like it should be like. A
Didn't you
further
watch that
process, a
episode of
longer
Broad City
process.
where one of them snuck
It's
in a bag
bitch,
of
yeah,
weed in
but
their
it
vagina?
has to happen.
Here's the bag check is fine. When they don't let you take a jar of jelly, that's what I hate.
Get closer to the mic.
Oh yeah, the bag check is fine. When they don't let you take a jar of jelly, that's what I hate. Like my mom nearly
I feel
got.
well, yeah. When it comes down to shit like that,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
And then the
annoying.
whole liquid
yeah.
thing is because it was like fucking 10 years ago where someone like tried to use like a liquid bomb or something like in London or some shit. I don't
No,
know.
that was a liquid bong.
Like,
Um,
I mean, yeah, it's annoying that like I want to take this jelly or I want my water bottle or whatever, but
Right.
like, fuck, I can get it on the other side of this trip,
and you
like,
can also put it in your suitcase.
Yeah,
instead of-
like,
What if
it
it's
can be
grandma's
worked
special
around.
strawberry preserves?
Yeah.
I feel like going into it, like you understand the rules, follow them, and it
Right.
should be fine. The process that pisses me off is I'm the fucking one who gets fucking dragged out all the time because of the fucking
So there's obvious
whatever.
there's obvious
There
racial
is-
profiling.
There
in the
is,
60
there is racist shit to it, and it is fucking annoying. But I
Yeah.
feel like the process itself has to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Like I would rather go through all the bullshit, even like a harder process, just to know that like to feel better about getting on this.
You know,
plane.
stigmatization is bad.
See,
when I'm
even
getting
though
pulled
after
over
all of
just 'cause
that
I have a
shit,
beard.
I still feel nervous on a fucking plane. And that's not like fear of terrorists or anything. It's because
You're in a giant flying metal tube thousands of feet above
that's
the
fucking
ground.
like
Yeah.
shaking and like.
I have a giant.
Oh,
fear
let's
of heights.
randomly
That's, like,
drop.
My biggest fucking problem about it.
I hate planes
Yeah.
absolutely.
I love planes.
My
Every
main-
time I hit you is a gratification to me.
my main like anxiety thing is just like the takeoff process. Then I'm fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
once
for
you
the
get
most
up,
part-
once you get up there, it's just like it's smooth sailing.
Yeah.
But like the fucking taking off and landing, it's a piece of shit.
But you see where like I'm coming from, where like I have all this other anxiety going on like planes and shit. So to have
No, I understand
this
that
sense
fully.
of like somewhat security, even though it's like a bitch to go through, like I'd rather have that and at least feel like that much more safe about it, or that much more sure that this trip's gonna be fine.
Mm,
You know what I
mm.
mean? Like if something happens with a plane or something, like there's no really controlling that. That's out of our hands. But at least like we can control this much safety.
The scariest thing about getting on a plane is when you hear that the pilot is saying, "Hey everyone, so my friend bet me $30 that I couldn't do a complete loop in the air, and I'm just gonna tell you I'm about to be $30 richer."
My mama didn't raise a bitch, so here we go.
Honestly, though, wouldn't you love it if they did that on a plane?
See, my least favorite process of being on a plane
Corkscrew.
is when me and the random woman next to me both get coffee, and she says she takes her coffee black like her men. That's the main problem about being on an airplane.
Are you that child in Airplane, the movie?
That is in fact a film. I don't think your plane's going to be crashing and then suddenly someone who's not wearing a shirt comes out and their titties bounce in front of the camera for a few seconds. Going back to the original points, titties are nice.
What are your experiences been?
My mom nearly got arrested by the TSA. Actually, yeah.
Why?
Because she
Because of
had
the jelly?
grandma's special
It was
jelly.
stupid. Yeah, no, it was. We were on our way back from Colorado. We are going from Colorado back to SF, and so we were on our way back. And my mom had bought some jelly in Colorado, and she had forgotten to put it in
thank
her
you.
suitcase, so she just put it in her bag, and she thought she could get through with it. And then they were all like, "No, you can't bring jelly." And she put up a little bit of fight. She's just like, "Oh, I just want to bring my jelly." And they're like, "No, you can't bring your jelly." She's just like, "Oh, really? Like it's just jelly?" She's like, "No." So they threw away her jelly, and
They found more jelly.
But while they were trying to throw away her jelly, like my mom would like walked up and just kind of like tapped the TSA officer on the shoulder, like, "Hey, could I just like run back and put the jelly in my suitcase real quick?" Tapped her on the shoulder. TSA officer fucking freaked out, like, "Oh, you just assaulted me, man. Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to sit down. You just assaulted me right there. Sit down right there. We can't let you through." And so
Shoots her.
they sat down my mom. Meanwhile, like my dad and my sister have already like gone way down the terminal.
Yeah,
They're, like, on the plane.
your dad is white as
Yeah.
fuck. That's why.
I'm like waiting for my mom on the other end of the security. Like, are they gonna let her through? And then when
Your
I see
dad
that
just
they're
comes
sitting her
up.
down, I'm just like, shit. So I run all the way to my dad. I'm like, "Dad, you gotta come back because they just stopped your wife." Like,
Your dad just comes up, "Hey, champs, what's going on?"
So then we end up going back, and then they sent us a letter, and they're all like, "Oh, you know,
No more jelly."
Egla Fielding assaulted a TSA officer blah blah blah, and we're all like assaulted. Like she literally just tapped the TSA officer on the shoulder. It was literally just to get her attention, just like, hey, can I go grab my jelly? You know. So like,
Krav Maga.
it's stuff like that that drives me insane. And it's because she was brown, obviously.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Everybody love jelly.
And it's also it's fucking Colorado, so it's just a bunch of fucking white hicks over there.
Anyway, we
Trust me, I know I have family over there.
I used to live in
luckily,
Colorado.
nothing happened. I mean, we just filed a complaint. We said no, this isn't true, and luckily my grandpa's a lawyer, so anything that happens, like we have a family lawyer, so it's okay. But still,
Everyone
kinda
knows.
sucks.
Everyone knows you shouldn't fly if you're darker than a Starbucks latte.
Yeah. But stuff like that just drives you insane. Just like when they give you shit.
Am I wrong?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Talking Shit. If you didn't know, this is BGG's weekly podcast where we bring in random topics of discussion and we talk some shit about those topics. If you like that, head on over to patreon.com/BGG. Give us $1 a month. You get every full audio version of the episode before it goes out on YouTube, where the episode is broken up topic by topic Monday through Thursday, and before the entire audio version of the episode is available for everybody on SoundCloud and our RSS feed. Remember to use that RSS feed link to subscribe to us on iTunes and stuff, since iTunes won't let us officially be on iTunes because we have a swear word in the title of our fucking podcast.
In Obama's America, talking is a swear word.
A piece of housekeeping that I forgot to do at the very beginning. At the very beginning of the show. Something that happened a couple weeks ago and I haven't really been able to talk about it was our new Talking Shit logo. I just want to give a shout out to Ryan Kwong for making the new Talking Shit logo.
Wait,
because
Ryan Kwong?
Yeah.
Our Ryan Kwong?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
He hit us he emailed us.
Seen this?
He emailed us about a month ago. He's like, "Hey, Talking Shit logo sucks. Here's a better one."
What a great guy.
Yeah.
UCLA.
It's a good way to get your point across.
I mean, I did not take any offense to that. I was like, yeah, I made that logo in fucking Google Drive and looked up on Google looked up on Google a cartoon pic
That one?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
all
yeah, I like it.
It's all pixelated and stuff. It's more in theme with
Pixel poopy.
I was like, have I seen this fucking logo?
yeah. So shout out to him. The reason I haven't talked about it at all because on episode 102 we recorded those episodes before I knew that we were gonna be able to officially use that, and then I wasn't here last week and I hadn't talked to Henry about doing that, giving him a shout out at all. So.
I don't care who lives
His
or dies.
poops are obviously lighter. Just two little flies.
Daniel, thank you so much for coming this week.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Just thank you for coming. You can always come.
Thank you.
Remember, you can check out Daniel's stuff. His SoundCloud link will be in the description below.
There's nothing there yet, but there will be soon.
Yes, so make sure to do that.
His Twitter handle is Browntown.
Make sure to follow him now on SoundCloud. So when he puts stuff up,
the real Bruno Mars,
you'll know. You'll know when stuff goes up if you follow him on SoundCloud. Yeah. So yeah, it's been fun. We probably won't see you for another year.
It's been
no,
fun.
that's not true.
It's been real.
No,
We'll see you
it's true.
We'll see you in a week. We're gonna go party and
I'll see you.
get crazy.
But our watcher out there won't see you.
Yeah, you probably won't be on the show again for
That's true.
another year. And
Yeah.
so
I'm so convinced I won't see you until next year. So I'm sticking to that.
I'm convinced you're dead.
It's just we've been doing Weekend at Bernie's this entire time. So just the hand puppeting.
Yeah,
him.
Seven's actually behind here going
Henry, Ricky, thank you so much for being here this week.
Fuck you.
This is the first time you've been on an episode where all three of us are here. Because you're always here replacing someone.
That is
I was
true.
replacing Ricky last time. Yeah.
Yeah. And the time before that, you're replacing Henry.
This is the third episode where we've had more than 3 people.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
We're growing. Our family's growing.
It is. It is growing.
Our happy little... don't
touch me.
That's an assault. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this week. Until next time, keep talking shit. Thank you.